Wait, what? I exclaimed, whipping my head around so fast I felt a slight twinge in my neck. I could barely process the words that had just come out of Joyce's mouth. My wife, my partner of 8 years, was standing there on the deck beside me, calm and composed, as though she hadn't just dropped a bombshell that threatened to rip our family apart. My grip on the spatula tightened, the weight of her words making my chest feel like it had been struck with a sledgehammer. "What did you just say?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper, as if repeating the question might change the answer. My mind scrambled for an alternative explanation, something that made sense, something other than what I had just heard. "Jake," she began, her tone soft but steady, like someone trying to calm an angry animal. "I know you're probably going to be upset, but I need to tell you, I'm not happy right now. I've been struggling with this for a while, and I think I need some space. I'm considering a trial separation." I froze, spatula hovering midair over the grill where the steak sizzled and popped, sending up tiny puffs of smoke. The air felt heavier than it had just a moment ago. The peaceful evening we had been enjoying evaporated in an instant, replaced by a tension so thick it was hard to breathe. I turned to her fully, trying to find some trace of hesitation in her expression, some indication that she wasn't serious. But there was none. "When were you planning to tell me this, Joyce?" "Huh," I demanded, my voice rising despite my best efforts to keep calm. "Were you just going to leave a note on my pillow tonight? Or maybe you were going to text me after you'd already left?" The anger in my voice startled even me, but I couldn't hold it back. "Jake, don't raise your voice," she said sharply, glancing toward the sliding glass door that led into the house. "I don't want Marty overhearing this conversation." Her words brought a sudden image to my mind. Our 6-year-old son, upstairs in his room, completely oblivious to the storm brewing below. That image only fueled my anger. "You knew I'd react like this, didn't you?" I snapped, not caring about my tone now. "That's why you were going to wait until after he was asleep, right? So you could drop this on me and then leave without having to deal with the fallout." "Jake," she said, trying to stay calm, "this isn't permanent. It's just some time apart. I need to figure things out." "So you've already made up your mind then?" I shot back, my voice dripping with sarcasm. "You're leaving. And when were you planning to tell Marty? Or were you just hoping I'd clean up that mess for you too, after you're gone?" Her face faltered, and for a moment, I thought I saw regret in her eyes. "I'll talk to him tonight before bed," she said, her voice quieter now. "I'll explain everything to him. And again, Jake, this isn't forever. I just need time." "Right," I said with a bitter laugh. "And you're moving in with Leslie, aren't you? Your good friend Leslie, who's been whispering in your ear for months now." Her lips parted as if to deny it, but she didn't. "Instead," she sighed, "I'm just staying with her for a little while. It's not what you think, not what I think." I laughed again, louder this time, unable to contain my bitterness. "Sure, Joyce. Let's pretend I'm an idiot. Let's pretend I don't know exactly what's been going on." I slammed the grill lid down, the force of it rattling the utensils on the counter. "But fine. If you're leaving, we're doing this the right way. I'll have the paperwork drawn up tomorrow. You can sign it, and I'll file it with the court by Wednesday." "Paperwork?" she asked, her composure finally cracking as confusion seeped into her tone. "What paperwork?" "A legal separation," I said, each word sharp and precise. "If you're so determined to figure things out, then we're going to make it official. That way, if you don't come back, it'll automatically convert into a divorce. We won't have to go through this circus twice." "Jake, I don't want a divorce," she said, her voice trembling now. "I just need some time. That's all." "Time," I barked. "That's rich, Joyce. For months now, I've been begging you to talk to me. I've been trying to figure out what's going on with you, but you've been too busy with Leslie and your new friends to give me the time of day. And now you want to leave? You want to move in with Leslie so you can do whatever it is you've been dying to do for the past 6 months? Well, go ahead. But don't expect me to stand here and let you make a fool out of me. Jake, that's not fair, she said, her voice breaking slightly. I don't care if it's fair, I snapped, the anger in my chest boiling over. I've had enough. Without another word, I turned and stormed into the house, leaving her standing by the grill. Upstairs, my anger drove me into a frenzy. I began pulling her clothes out of the closet, tossing them into the spare room with no care for where they landed. Each shirt, each pair of jeans felt like another betrayal, another reminder of the life we had built together that she was now throwing away. When she appeared in the doorway, her face pale and her eyes wide, I didn't stop. Take your belongings and get out of here, I said, my voice cold and final. I'll have the divorce papers sent to your office. You can sign them and send them back to Michael, my lawyer. And don't worry about Marty. I'll take him out for dinner tonight, so he doesn't have to see this. Jake, please, she said, her voice cracking, but I didn't wait to hear the rest. I grabbed my coat and headed downstairs to get Marty. A few moments later, we were out the door, leaving Joyce alone in the house that had once been our home. In the car, Marty chatted away about his day, blissfully unaware of the chaos that had just unfolded. I forced myself to smile, nodding at his stories, even as my mind raced with 1,000 questions, none of which had any answers. Thanks for watching. Subscribe Beyond the Surface.